Pornography, a national epidemic. Pornography. Many people don't even like to look at the word, let alone talk about the issue openly, brainstorming ideas as to decrease the prevalence of it in the U.S. A survey conducted in 2017 by Norton by Semantic found that 1 in 6 people admit to having used public Wi-Fi to view adult material. The online pornography industry makes over $3,000 per second, according to enoughisenough.com. Isn't that just crazy? When I think about what the money could be used for, my mind is blown. This money could be put to so much better use than feeding a self-degrading, depressive, and isolationary addiction. So who is participating in this? One word. Everyone. Women, men, young developing girls and boys. Fight the New Drug, a group that raises awareness of the harmful effects of porn use using science and fact, found that kids are exposed to pornography as young as 8 years old. A quote from their website stated, "An estimated 90% of young men under the age of 18 have seen porn, along with 60% of young women of the same age." That, to me, my friends, is a problem. Is this blowing anybody else's mind? Many people submit personal experiences to Fight the New Drug website, and they feature it. Here's the story of R. Because of my past drug addiction that I felt I had beat, indulging in pornography didn't seem like a problem. After all, it was a natural part of life. Plus, I wasn't using drugs, or so I thought, anymore. I thought that porn was harmless. It's not like pornography could kill me or hurt anyone around me, right? What I came to find out the hard way is that pornography became a real addiction with very real effects in my life, and some of these effects were almost identical to hard drugs. I wasn't sticking needles in my arm, but I got to the point I couldn't even look at an attractive woman as a human being, but only saw her as an object to pursue or a trigger to act out on. I was no longer in control of myself, and the more I indulged, the more my appetite for pornography increased. However, I didn't see pornography addiction as similar to drug addiction until I tried to stop. One afternoon, I saw an attractive woman in a sexy outfit that set me off. I couldn't control myself. All of a sudden, I had to have it. I found myself feeling anxious, and like I had to watch porn to get rid of the feeling. I was literally physically shaking as I hurried to a computer to log on to my favorite porn site. I didn't care about anything else. All I wanted was porn or sex, no matter what I had to do to get it. After I had finished acting out, I could hardly believe that I had just experienced was something almost identical to my past drug withdrawals. That was when I had lost complete control over myself and was being consumed by this addiction to porn. Unfortunately, that eye-opening experience was only the beginning. It took me many more years to pull out of my porn addiction than it did with my addiction to drugs. Remember before when I said that I thought to myself that me watching porn didn't hurt anyone? Wow, was I wrong. The damage and hurt my porn addiction brought to my wife and kids was nearly irreparable. There were many times throughout the whole experience that I felt I'd been better off taking my own life because I probably would never have a normal life and healthy relationship. So much for some fun, sexy, harmless entertainment, right? Almost everyone knows that sticking a needle in your arm isn't good for you, but do they know that porn can be just as addictive and ruin relationships with the people they love? Knowing personally that pornography addiction was so much harder to kick than my drug addiction, my advice to anyone that wants a real satisfying life and relationship is to avoid porn at all costs. If you find you're already stuck in it, get out and get help immediately. It will never satisfy you, and it only gets worse. As for me, being free from this and everything else has made my life, family, and marriage better than it ever has been. The struggle to free myself from this addiction has been much more worth it than I would have imagined. So, what can we do as parents to break the chain? How can we help our children stay free and avoid this modern-day plague? Find out on next week's podcast, brought to you by www.rescuetheyoung.com.